Interesting scene out of Dearborn, Michigan. In case you haven't seen it or heard about the story, I will provide a link below. But I'll also just talk here about what's happening. So there was one of those now ubiquitous school board meetings filled with angry parents, righteously angry parents, from my perspective. And they're talking about why are all these books about LGBT stuff in our elementary school libraries, and drag queen story hour. I don't know what the specific things or points of controversy were, but they were the same. It's the same stuff that we're hearing about over and over and over again, where school boards are okaying all of this propaganda that parents don't want little kids to be exposed to, and so parents are showing up, and making angry speeches at in front of the school boards, in front of all these school boards. The difference is, for this one in Dearborn, Michigan, these parents were all Muslims. In case you didn't know, Dearborn is a town which I think is 47% Muslim. That was the statistic that I had heard. It's where a lot of immigrants from the Middle East have settled, and there have been a lot of negative stories about it from a nationalist perspective, from a conservative immigration restrictionist perspective. Look at what's happening in Dearborn. Look at how it's been transformed into something that we don't even recognize. It's not our culture, not our tradition, not our heritage, and so forth. And there have been a lot of stories, and I think some of them are probably a little bit over the top and sensationalized. Some of them are I think make some good points. But this is where things get interesting to me with these culture war type of questions, because these Muslim parents, they were it was mostly men. I think that's one interesting thing. Maybe that's a cultural thing. I don't remember seeing a lot of women at this meeting, but they were just angry and vociferous and unrelenting, not backing down. So this is one of those kinds of things where you have two aspects of the leftist the leftist push clashing with one another, to what you would think of as two groups that would both be firmly within the voting bloc of the Democrats, but here they're very much going off against each other, and that is and you would, it makes sense, because is Islam, if you practice Islam, it's certainly not what you would call a liberal religion. It's definitely not pro-LGBT. So why wouldn't the people on the left who are for open borders, for unrestricted immigration, and who just put up those virtue signaling signs on their lawns, like saying, whoever you are, whatever part of the world you are from, you are welcome here. I've seen those signs in my parents' neighborhood in Atlanta, and always irritate the hell out of me. But then you look at what you're welcoming. You dumb liberals. You're bringing in these kinds of people who are now going off on the other group that you claim to support, the LGBTs, ABC 123, never ending list of letters and numbers and so forth. So this is one of those things where culture war questions get very interesting. And I remember being back when I was before I got zooked off of Facebook. I remember trying to start a discussion with somebody, who was a dissident right. Back then, you still called them you could still say alt-right kind of person. And I asked them, would you rather have an all-white country which has a lot of degeneracy, or would you rather have a country that is 30% non-white, but no degeneracy, or no real degeneracy to speak of? And I remember asking this hypothetical question and getting a lot of anger from my interlocutor, who just thought, in fact, he even once said, "Andy, you argue like a Jew." This is what he said to me. I should take that as a compliment, but it was like he just thought there was something he didn't want to say, one or the other, because both were just bad. Both were really bad. Well, yeah, but you can if your ideal is to have a 100% white country with no degeneracy, you still want to you still can be open to talking about because we don't live in a perfect world, and we never will. You still can and should be open to talking about what's better and why, and that was the kind of discussion I was wanting to have with this guy, but he was having none of it because I don't know, he felt just ticked off by having to make a hypothetical choice between two things that were neither of which were ideal to him. But incidents like this kind of make me wonder. As they say, as the meme goes, WTF, I love third world immigration now. I mean, I was proud of those Dearborn Muslim parents. And I don't know, it's made for a very interesting sort of cultural event. Let's just say that. So what do y'all think? Are you offended by the hypothetical question? Do you think I argue like a Jew? Whatever aspect of this video you want to take on, I welcome your perspective, as long as you've got something to say that's relevant and isn't ridiculous. All right, look forward to hearing from y'all. If you fit those criterion. Talk to y'all later.